There are times when we all feel a little bit blue, but you know what? With this build, guys, you can show it to the enemy. Hi friends, I'm TTB, welcome back to Clan Engineering. Today's mech is the Warhawk in a 5 large pulse laser build, enough energy that you can drive into your target to melt down components, cut through my muscles, and really get that sweet little fusion engine in there to go poof. It is glorious. Long range firepower, really good heat efficiency, so really a good build for new players or players that are not familiar with BattleTech, and it is gonna be a lot of fun, I can practically guarantee that. Let's have a look at the build in the mech lab, then jump into the training grounds and then into a mission. Let's go! Here we are in the mech lab, guys, and as you can see, it is very simple to put this mech together, and the beautiful thing about this build is you only need one Omnipod system aside from the Prime, which you already have from unlocking the mech, and that is the Charlie Omnipod set for the Charlie right torso, the Charlie center torso, and the Charlie left arm. Let's start with the center torso. We're using the Charlie center torso right here. One large pulse laser in there, no room for armor. Charlie right torso, if anything is in there, remove it. We are just putting in 2 double heat sinks. Then we take the left torso. You can leave this on the Prime, you can have this on the Charlie, it doesn't matter. All the left torsos for the Warhawk, unfortunately, are the same. There's no variation there, and you cannot put any weapons in there, which of course is one of the flaws of this mech model. The cockpit, well, there's really not much to do here. Same story, all the same, so don't worry about it. Then, for the arms, you can take the Prime right arm right here. Another option would be the Charlie right arm as well. Like, there's really no difference. You're gonna put in 2 large pulse lasers and 1 ferro armor pod, 0.25 tons. And then for the left arm, I have chosen to take the Charlie left arm right here, but you could also use the Prime left arm, but you gotta have the Charlie center torso for this, right? That is the kicker, so I just stayed on a Charlie for this one. Doesn't really matter. You just need two slot energy mounts, so you can put down your 2 large pulse lasers and another 0.25 tons of ferro armor pod. And that is all for this build, guys. If you want to be a little bit more tanky, what you could do, because I mean, this right now we have 562 flat armor. If you want to live a little bit longer, you can think about maybe removing those 2 double heat sinks. Let's say you're a little bit more of a newer player, you're not that familiar with the game. Let's say you did a full ton of armor here, you did a full ton of armor here, leaves you with half a ton of armor that you could put into this side torso. Now it's not gonna run as cool, but you will amp up your armor up to, what do we have now? 639. So you're gonna have a lot more hit points now, especially on the arms. The Charlie left arm, for example, with the 1 ton ferro armor pod, gets 101 armor. So I would say this is the safer variant. This is the one that we will try out. The other variant that I had before just has 2 extra double heat sinks. Okie dokie. As far as pilots are concerned, well, I mean, any pilot that has energy range is going to profit from that, of course, or somebody like Ezra with energy cooldown. But yeah, literally a build that any of your pilots can run. Heat management, of course, is also going to be super helpful to that, but maybe not as much for this one, because it's not that hot to begin with. It's hot, but not insanely hot. Now then, jump into the training grounds, and let's see what this mech can do for us. And then we'll jump into a mission, and I'm just going to select a mission again, and then I'm just going to go around solo and see how the mech feels to us. So, here we are on our training grounds. Make sure that we have the correct weapon setup right here. Everything in one fire, and then you could do like a chain fire group, and that is gonna have you be set up nicely for all sorts of missions. A third group you could do is just the arm lasers if you want to shoot down stuff in the air, but that should not be a problem. That will be the icing on the cake. So let's see. Locust, I'm gonna do chain fire here. Yeah, so 2 large pulse lasers will take down a Locust. The Centurion, we'll see if it gets killed in 1 shot. Yeah, so Centurion is also a 1 shot. That means that there's a Scorpion light tank right here. Needs 3 hits. The Demolished tank is gonna take 1.5 or so volleys. It's a little bit more tanky. Let's see. Basically 2 volleys for the Demolished tank, so let's keep that in mind. Gentlemen, can you please go to the back? Thank you very much. Alright then, Marauder test. I would say probably 2 shots. Yeah, it's a 2-shot. And remember, that's a 2-shot at 800 meters. Alright. And then the Atlas, if it's standing still. If I were to guess, it's probably a 3-shot. But that would still be pretty impressive. Because once again, look at our heat afterwards. Yeah, we didn't even hit 50% heat. Now there is a little bit more heat now, because we're missing 2 double heat sinks right now compared to the other build, but I think it is a worthwhile trade for the extra gained armor. And then for aircraft, the best thing you can do for aircraft is always just chain fire. That makes it easiest to measure out your shots and make sure that you're not overshooting and doing a full alpha into a mech or a aircraft that doesn't really need it. Well, so much for that. The mech build seems to be doing just fine. The range is already set. 800 meters optimal range is kind of nutty, so that should be really, really nice to use. Let's take this thing into a mission and let's see how it performs. Alright guys, here we are in a mission. I've chosen disciplinary action because we're gonna go up against a couple of thicker mechs right here, and I'm just gonna go in alone. I have my guys standing by back here, and we'll just see how far we can get here during these first legs of the mission. The goal is not to survive, the goal is to try out the mech and see how it feels in a combat scenario. So the second I see somebody come up here, I will start falling back here and shooting at 800 meters. That is where our strength is at, so let's go ahead and utilize that. Once he comes back from cover, we shoot again. That was a little bit of a miss here. I will just keep on going backwards. One more shot should take him out. If he stops hiding behind the wall. Grasshopper's coming in next. I guess it's the PPC. It's gonna disturb our aim a little bit, and the alarms are gonna be annoying. That's okay. Grasshopper should fall in the next shot. There we go. See how long we get for the Manticore heavy tank right here. Nice. And next up is a Marauder. That was spicy. I hit the side torso here a little bit, so maybe I'll take that side torso. There we go. If we take the other side torso, we will take away the ability of this mech to shoot back at us. And if that happens, it's just gonna jump out. It's gonna punch out. Okay, so we lost 10% of our mech for all of that. That is fine. If we have our lands with us, then these mechs are of course dead a lot faster. But we didn't get in trouble heat-wise, and we just took out, what was that, 3 heavies and a bigger tank on our own, no problem. I would say not bad. The big test is coming up now because the next push is gonna be a little bit more spicy. And once again, we're gonna go in alone and try and see how much we lose as we're trying to take these guys out. And of course, as you've seen with the moving targets, if the targets are a little bit further away with the current zoom that we have in the game, it can be a little bit more problematic. It's not as easy to get those 1-shots or 2-shots off, but the 3rd shot normally seals the deal. Just take your time and take those shots at an opportune moment. Holy catapult. Ow! That hurt.
Good work.
Alright.
You got their reactor.
Yeah, and they got my cockpit.
Right, we are closing range
That was painful.
trying to block us. Punch through.
Also just stopped onto a nuclear explosion because it didn't pay attention. Oops.
But you must deny their escape at
That
any
took away,
cost.
what, 5% my mech?
Understood.
Not good for us.
Their advanced screen
Alright.
is down, Star Colonel.
I need
More firepower
elevation for
attacks
this.
slow us down.
Yeah, they're coming.
Hostile detected. Quick draw.
Gonna try and use the cover right here
Be
to
advised.
not take too many shots.
Signatures from our mech assets at the mark
Quick draw should be dead here.
They have gone mobile. Hunt them down like
Now we go for the Warhammer next.
we are in pursuit, Jaguar base.
Are our mech systems not centralized? Maybe the techs can initiate remote
Toasts.
overrides to slow them down.
Now we go for the Orion.
I am not sure.
Still getting shot at by the Stormcrow over there.
We're Jaguars. They may sit in the cockpit.
Orion
or
is dead. That was a
machines,
nice
but they do
2-shot.
not have the skills to use
Now we
them.
go for the Stormcrow.
Yes, we still have an edge.
It's getting quite warm in here. Stormcrow is 1-shot though.
We have cleared the
Alright.
first target area.
So that was
Another group of machines just activated.
2 lances worth of heavy mechs,
All right, Cobalt. We need to keep
plus
pace.
tanks, plus a medium clan mech, and we're still at 65%, so we're still in fighting shape. Now a bunch of Igors. Like I said, you just chain fire these guys. This guy dies now. This guy dies now. I said now. Go away.
Destroyed. Target
Alright.
destroyed.
63%. So, as you can see, this build is perfectly viable, runs quite cool, has great range, and I would say is a lot of fun to play. And of course, there's other things we could do. We could remove 2 of the large pulses, maybe add in a Gauss rifle. It wouldn't hit as hard though, but there are definitely options that we can find with the Warhawks. And of course, I will continue to think about new builds for you guys to try out and enjoy. Well, the Warhawk can be a little bit challenging to build for thanks to its weird quirks with the one side torso, for example, that doesn't get any weapons, and the missile only other side torso. But you know what? I think we did a good job here of taking together a solid build that will help you get through most of the time when you can play the Warhawk up into the area when you then can switch this for a dire whale. And then, hey, of course, you can give this to a teammate. It's a nice pinpoint damage build for all lance mates, and it is not running too hot, so they will be shooting quite a bit with this. At this point, of course, I would like to say thank you so much to all my amazing supporters. Guys, I literally couldn't do this without them. And if you are not a supporter yet and would like to say thanks for the videos, then please have a look at the video description. You will find links to my Patreon, my merch store, all the hardware that I'm currently using that you can get on Amazon, or of course, you can become a channel member or send a super thanks right here on YouTube. Thank you.